Inga from Health Origins here. So I'm running out of time today, so I thought I'll do a live demonstration so you see how quick this amazing cashew basil pesto is, to make in real time. I did, however, do some preparation. I'll talk you through these steps. But basically it's gonna be just putting everything together in the tall jug, whizzing it up and putting it in jars. Okay, so let's begin. I'll try and show you the best I can. So to make sure you can see the ingredients well. Alright. So I'll probably position it here. So what we're gonna need, guys, so the main ingredient is your cashews, right? So the cashews I've got is, I'm making a kind of triple recipe if you like. So this is 3 cups of soaked cashews. So what I didn't have much time today, so I put hot or boiling water on them to soak them for about 30 minutes. However, if you have time, you at least got 2 hours, and you want your actually pesto to be raw, which is obviously better, more nutrients, vitamins and things left in the pesto, then soak it for at least 2 hours, or you could do it overnight as well. Right, so I've got my cashews, and then I've got about an equal amount of basil and some spinach. So about, I would say, about a cup per one portion, per one recipe. This is, I've squashed it in a little bit, so it's about 2.5 cups probably here, both of these. Then I've got some lemon. So you need half a lemon for this recipe, half a lemon, and the zest. So I've zested this already ready. Okay, there. Then we need some salt. Optional, so then we need salt. Then we need some nutritional yeast, which is one of the main ingredients as well, to make it like nice and cheesy. And then we've got 4 big cloves of garlic here, so it's about 1 to 2 cloves per recipe. Depends how garlicky you like your pesto. So because some of the cloves were not so big, and sometimes you could do with more than 1 clove, so I'll put 4 in there. Okay, and then 2 optional ingredients are these. So pure maple syrup and some apple cider vinegar. So that kind of adds a little bit of extra sweetness, a little bit of extra layer. So if you're going to use a little bit of maple syrup, I would suggest adding a little bit of apple cider vinegar to balance it out as well. But you can totally omit it. You could just do from these ingredients that I mentioned already and omit the apple cider vinegar. So once I do this live, I'll put the recipe, like a single recipe, in the comments below as well. So basically, to start, you need to just add your cashews to a tall jug, and I think I'll be alright probably using them all. It'll be like quite a bit of pesto for 1 jug. You could probably do it in 2 portions, but you're probably not going to do a triple recipe. The only reason I'm doing a triple recipe here is because I'm doing 4 presents. Okay, so I've got my jars ready, disinfected here, ready to jar some there. But so we just add all the ingredients now. So I'm gonna press in the spinach. And I think I'm going to have to start with some and then add the basil and some extra ingredients afterwards, because I think we'll be struggling for space. Just grab a spoon here. So add my garlic. So I'm using about a teaspoon or just a little bit less of salt. You could maybe do from half to a teaspoon. Depends how salty you like your things. So I think it's just over half a teaspoon here. Sorry. And because I'm making a triple recipe, obviously I need triple the amount. You can always add more, but you can't take out, so maybe do on the side of caution. And I've got the nutritional yeast. Sorry. I've got 4 big tablespoons of nutritional yeast for each recipe, each portion. So I'm sorry, guys. So it's 3 times that. Okay. Excuse me, having a coughing fit in the middle of my video. So sorry, I better wash my hands now, since I'm gonna be giving these as presents. Don't want to give them bacteria with it too. So basically, I'm gonna just blitz it a little bit and then gonna add some extra ingredients when it starts fitting. And actually, to add some liquid, we might want to squeeze our lemons now as well. Make sure you guard against the pips, and I've already dropped one in. I'm trying to cough to the side, guys. So I'm just recovering from a bit of a cold, so it's kind of progressed to a bit of a cough right now. So just squeezing all of that lemon and omitting the pips. Gosh. I'm terribly sorry, guys. That's what happens when I talk, because then obviously the throat dries out and it starts tickling. So squeeze all the lemon. And that will give the much required liquid here as well. Help to blend it better. Right, and I've dropped a few more pips in there, so just try and fish them out. Right, now try to blend it. Yeah, it's going much better. So now we can add our basil. That has a wonderful smell. I love the smell of fresh basil. And we could also add our nutritional yeast too. Realistically, I should have probably done it in 2 batches, guys, but let's get on with it. By the way, you could also do this in a blender, but I prefer to use the stick blender or immersion blender, because the pesto is quite thick, so when you do it in the blender it just spins and sticks to the sides. Right, so I think we're going to add some maple syrup and apple cider vinegar to add a little bit more of our liquid, because if you're not using the maple syrup or apple cider vinegar, what you could do, you could use a little bit of olive brine. You know I love olive brine, guys. So you could use maybe a tablespoon or two of that, and that would give some extra liquid. So I'm going to add a teaspoon of maple syrup per recipe. So I'm going to add 3 teaspoons here, just to give that little bit of sweetness, extra sweetness. I think it adds to the taste. And I'm going to add 3 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar then too. In fact, you could probably add 4, because it works quite well when it's zingy. So I'm going to add 4 teaspoons. So if you're doing a single recipe, just over a teaspoon or maybe 2 teaspoons could work. Right, and the texture you're looking for depends how, kind of smooth or gritty you're looking for. I quite like a little bit of texture, but not where you can see massive pieces of nut still or anything. And if you like it thicker, like more like of a spread, so you could obviously go with that. However, I like it a little bit thinner than that, so I'm going to add a tablespoon or 2 of the olive brine, like I mentioned. So it's handy to have some olives, green olives, because brine is great. So I'll add 1 tablespoon to start with, and we'll see how we go. Yeah, I think it needs another tablespoon here. Guys, I think it looks pretty good now. It's smooth enough, but it's got enough texture too. So now for the taste test, let's give this a try. Yummy, guys. Right, so that's it. That's our pesto complete. Mark will be happy because I normally give him the mixer to lick. Obviously switched off. So he can do that, and in the meantime I will just jar this green gold into the jars I've got prepared. So you could use these like little jam funnels or whatever you call them, just to make sure you don't get the sides messy. So, so just try and pack it a little bit. Don't want too much of air pockets. And I'm not going to overdo it because I don't know how much of actual pesto I've got, because I want to make 3 jars, 2 of this size and 1 smaller. So, and now, guys, this is ready to basically be put in the fridge and stored until, you know, the day you want to give this as a present. And all you need to do is put a nice ribbon on it, and that's it. You've got your nice little addition to your food hamper. So that's it, guys. So I'm gonna continue on. Doing. So you see a little bit of my behind the scenes, some lighting here that I've got. But so anyway, so that is my famous cashew basil pesto. And it's a great addition, like I said, to your edible Christmas gifts. So I've made cranberry sauce so far and the pesto. So I'll be doing some sweet treats, like some of my peanut butter truffles. So watch out for those soon. And perhaps I'll be making my peanut butter jam cookies too, we'll see. So yeah, so subscribe for those videos so you get notified, and click that bell symbol so you get notification when they come out. But it'll come out in the next few days before, obviously, Christmas. And you don't want to obviously make this too ahead of time, because this will be good in the fridge for 5 to about 6 days or so, maybe to a week, you know, if you keep it in the fridge all the time. So you don't want to obviously make it too ahead of time because it's perishable. So yeah, so I'm going to be sticking that in the fridge, ready to put it into my presents on the day we obviously going to go and give them. So I hope you enjoyed this quick live, guys. And let me know what you thought, if you have any questions. This is a little bit of developed recipe of my original cashew pesto recipe that you can see on the channel. So I've added the zest, you know, lemon zest additionally, which I think it just gives this amazing freshness and zestiness to this. So I think it's definitely an improved recipe. So yeah, so until next time, until the next food adventures, guys.